Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Brittany and we are shooting this video at Fairfax Pilates, which is a boutique studio in Northern Virginia. So if you're in the area, please stop by. Today we're going to do a mat-based class and all you need is a ball. So this one isn't completely full. It's got a little bit of squishiness. The more full the ball, the harder that it will make some of the exercises. So just keep that in mind. But go ahead and grab one of those, get into something comfy, and I'll see you right back here. All right, welcome back. So here we go with a mat-based workout. Let's get going. We're gonna start with our knees and feet about hip distance apart. The further the feet are away from your bottom, not here, but here, the easier it makes the exercise. We're warming up, so be friendly. Reach the arms forward. We're gonna start with a half roll back. So I want you to initiate from your pelvic floor, curl your tail under, and we're gonna round backward, not going so far that our feet lift, and then we're gonna just round our bodies forward, going over the thighs. So as you roll back, it's as if we're creating space here between the hips, the tummy and the femurs, right? So right there at that hip joint. We're gonna curve back on the exhale, and then inhale, travel forward. So you wanna stay back behind the tailbone as much as you can, because if you start rocking over the tailbone, it's pretty uncomfortable depending on the kind of flooring that you're on. So just be mindful of that. We're just kind of warming up the tummy. 2 more. Curve back and then forward again. Curve and then forward. Stretch the legs all the way out. Open them towards the corners of your mat. And let's go ahead and round and roll all the way down onto our backs. So I'm going to reach my arms above my head, sort of creating this X shape. So my hands are wide. I'm going to take one foot and go all the way over and hook it on top of the opposite ankle. And then keeping my upper body fixed, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the hips in the same direction that the foot was going. And then back out, open my foot. And then we're going the other way. So taking the foot across, hook it on the ankle, and then twist the hips. Should feel a nice pull in the side of the lower back. And we're gonna do one more time each way. Take the foot over, hook it on the ankle, and rotate. Just relax here, warming up. I find that these stretches in particular make a lot of the flexion exercises easier. So when we go up to do hundreds or roll-ups or rollovers or any of those kind of flexion exercises, this makes it easier. All right, leaving the feet steady. Now I'm going to take one arm across my face and my chest, and then I'm pulling my upper body in the same direction without lifting my hips. And then back, down. And then the other arm up and across. And then we're going to go one more time. Roll over. And then down. And then over. And then down. Go ahead and place your arms by your sides. Let's bend the knees. So our feet and knees are hip distance apart. We're going to just go through a couple of pelvic movements here. So we're curving the tail under, finding that imprint, and then releasing away, so creating an arch under the small back. So roll the pelvis in, tip the pubic bone towards you, and then we articulate away, creating a curvature under the low spine. And again, round. Try not to squeeze the glutes. As you're doing this, it should all be driven from pelvic floor, which is in the front, all right here. These muscles are what tightens to tilt the spine. And then we release. Now we're going to do it with tabletop. So one leg followed by the second into tabletop, and we're going to do that same imprint and release. So as our legs got a little higher, now we're in this open chain, it's a little more challenging to articulate just into the lower spine. One more time. Exhale, tuck and then return. And then let's go up with the legs. Don't worry about flexing them down. Just go straight up with the legs, or straight-ish. Tuck, and then release. Noticing that the weight of the legs now makes this pelvic tuck a little more intense. And one more time, tuck, and then release. One foot down, and then the other. Let the knees just rotate towards the side. Open the arms up, palms facing up. And then to the opposite side. We'll do this one more time each way here. So side, and then other side. Good. All right, go ahead and hug the knees in and rock yourselves up. We're gonna grab our ball, and I'm gonna place the ball behind my back. The higher up it goes towards my shoulder blades, the easier the exercise. As it gets down here lower towards my back and my butt, it is more challenging. So I'm gonna aim for the bottom of my ribs. Okay, the closer that the feet are in towards the butt, the harder that it is. So you pick your poison here. Let's take the hands behind the head, and we're just gonna arch our bodies back over the ball as far as you can go without lifting your tail, and then we're gonna crunch forward. So we come back and then go up. I love this supported back extension. It's nice for those who have low back pain because it allows you to get that range with more support. And then it also adds in more of a challenge on the front muscles of the abdomen. 3 more, please. Back and crunch. And 2. 3, we're going to bring one leg up into tabletop. Now as I go back, I'm going away from my leg, so I'm dropping my right elbow, and then I'm coming up and across. So you can stay here if you like, or you can go right into the leg length and then up. So this becomes our oblique exercise, that rotation. Try not to fall off the ball. That's the biggest challenge here. 4, 3, one more time. Changing legs, so we're rotating down and across. So I did 2 on tabletop on that first side, so I'm going to go even here, up and up. Halfway to 8, 5, 6, one more, and 8. Okay, so now I'm going to crunch up nice and high, bring my arms down. So my arms are floating, they're not weight bearing here. And I'm just going to slide one leg out and then the other. So I'm leaning on the ball. I'm trying to keep my back rounded, pressing my low back against the ball, and just sliding heels in and out, and in and out. For 8, 6, 5, really concentrate on pulling the foot into the body. 3, 2, and 1. And then let's go ahead and just arch over the ball. Take a little breather there. I like reaching my palms to face up while I'm stretching here, so it gives me a stretch through my chest. Okay. And then we're up. So we're going to use the ball here again in a second, not quite now, but just putting it aside. We're going to go right into our hands and knees. So keeping a nice flat back through the spine, I'm just going to do a little scapula mobility exercise. So keeping my arms straight, I'm basically just sinking into my shoulder blades, and then I'm pushing them away. So I'm sinking and pushing. So I'm trying to pinch the shoulder blades together. Now we're going to do a little circle there. Think about mobilizing the scapula, which are the shoulder blades, and the reverse. Our scapula isn't bone-to-bone connection, so it's very mobile. we have to be aware of all those muscles. Now, settle where you're neutral, meaning not up and not sinking, just in the center. Take my left leg straight behind and tap the floor with it. And then I'm going to reach my opposite arm and now lift my foot. So trying to create a straight line from my head or my hand to my foot. Bend the knee under. I'm keeping that flat back. And then reach and reach. Every time I press my leg back, I'm closing that heavy door. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold it. Now we're going wide, center, wide. When you open your leg wide, keep the foot pointing down, not out to the side. And 3, 2, and 1. Change. So I curl this toe under on my kneeling knee because it makes my knee feel a little bit better. So you can try that. In and out. Press that heavy door closed with your heel. 5, 6. One more time. Here we go. Wide, middle, wide, middle. Keeping that back flat. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands and knees down. Let's go ahead and round the spine up. Angry Halloween cat. Drop the tail. Articulate past neutral into extension. And we start again, tucking from the tail, articulating up. Releasing out. Tuck. And release. Good. Now we're going to get our ball, and I'm going to lay down on my stomach, and I'm going to put the ball right at my chest. So it sort of creates this ramp sort of look. My feet are open, width of mat, and laterally rotated. And what I'm going to do here is just let my upper body sort of fold forward, and then I'm just lifting my chest up and then down. So really just isolates the upper thoracic spine. You don't want to feel a lot of pressure in your lower back. If you do, you're not going to use the ball at all. Okay? So you can either put your hands to your forehead, or if you have plenty of mobility in the shoulders, maybe you're going to be able to get the hands behind the head. We're going to go down, and then we're going to lift. And then once we're straight, we're rotating right and left, face the center, and then down. So as we add that rotation, watch that you don't rotate your pelvis. So both hip bones ought to stay facing the floor the whole time. We lift. This is rotation prone, or a modification of that ladder barrel exercise. Lift, twist, twist, and down. Off the ball we go. And I'm just going to take this little child's pose. As I do, I tuck my toes under so that it stretches the fascia of the foot. Keeping my hands down, I'm going to go ahead and lift the knees up and push my hips up. Now notice my knees are quite bent here on purpose. I'm stretching the lower leg and the upper thoracic spine. And then you can go into that straighter leg, maybe just alternating knees bending. We're going to come right down into a plank position. So if you don't hold a plank without pain, you can certainly drop onto the front of the thighs here. So we're going to just hold for about 30 seconds in our plank. Keep the shoulders down away from the ears the whole time, please. And just breathe. Sink those heels back. Squeeze your quads. Squeeze your bottom. Hold. And then we're going to take our knees down, round our backs. And then we're going to turn on our side. Go ahead and lie down. We're going to let the feet aim towards the front part of the mat and just rest your head down on the top arm. All right, so here we go. Hip height. We're going to bring the leg forward 2, 3, and then we bring it back. We come front, 2, 3, and then back. So I'm feeling the obliques here with my top hand. As my leg travels forward, it's staying hip height, so I'm feeling the side of the obliques that I'm laying on as well. 2, 3, and one more. 1, 2, 3. Now bring your legs so they're in a straight line with the rest of the body. We're going to go up and down, up and down. Inhale and exhale. 3, 2, hold it at hip height, circle, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bend the knees. We're going to put our feet in line with our backs and do a little clam here. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Working right here in the rotators of the hip, glute medius. 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Aiming the legs towards the front edge of the mat and lay down. Lengthen your arm, and that is your pillow. So top leg hip height. We come to the front, 2, 3, and then we're going to sweep it back. 1, 2, 3, and back. Flex forward, get the hamstring stretch, point to the back. Kick, kick. So they say kick. That feels momentum to me. So it's you're just really pulling the leg forward. You're not trying to kick it. It's a smooth, slow, fluid movement. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Bottom leg goes back. We're in a straight line. Point, flex. So I'm still maintaining neutral, which means my knee and my toe point directly forward. And down. Lift, lower. 3, 2, holding at hip height, circles. So we try to keep them about the size of a dinner plate. 6, 7, and reversing for 8, 7, 6, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend the knees. Feet together, we lift and lower. Lift and lower, right in there. 3, and 4, 5, 6, one more time, and 8. Okay, so I've got my ball again. I'm going to lay on my back. This time the ball is going to go under our bottoms. So go ahead and bridge up and put it right under your bottom. It should be in a position where when your legs come up to a tabletop position, you feel like you've got some support. And also when the legs go straight, notice that it's probably easier for many of you to straighten your legs here. We're going to keep the arch the same, so no more space under the lower back. You're going to send your legs down as low as they go and then right back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale and exhale. So only go as low as you don't feel like your back is lifting when the legs go down. The weight of the legs will pull against your tummy. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do circles. So the legs go down, around, and up. This one's kind of like what you would get on the reformer or the tower with your feet in straps. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and bend. We're going to go ahead and extend, and we're switching. So this is a take on single leg stretch. If the arms go straight up, then they don't get to help support your obliques here from your side to side wobble. 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Both knees bend in, and then together they go out and in. That is more challenging. If you need to put your arms back down, have at it. 4 to go. 4. Try to keep your body in the middle there. Don't roll around on the ball. And last time. Bend the knees, 1 foot down, then the other. Go ahead and lift towards that bridge and take the ball out from underneath and melt your way down from your top to your tail. Let's put the ball between the thighs. And we're going to bridge and then down. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the booty, and lift. Lift. So now as we lift, we're going to hold it here and we're going to squeeze. Squeeze. 3, 4, 5. One more time. And then lower down. Up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down we go. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to get fancy, okay? So up we go. We're going to try to keep the legs, the knees together, holding the ball, and we're going to just extend one leg, put the foot down. Notice my hips didn't shift. Other leg. So this is kind of a walking or a marching bridge. We're trying to keep the inner thighs active because we're still holding the ball. We're still using the hamstrings and the glutes to keep the height of the bridge. One more time each way, right and left. Put the feet and the butt down. All right, now we're going to take the ball and we're going to place it under the feet. So try to get the ball right under the arch of the feet, knees and feet together. Notice that my toes are kind of gripping down on the ball. That's going to make your calves work more. This is less. So if you want all of it, go ahead and grab hold of the ball with your toes. First, tighten your core, squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your butt, and then we lift and we lower. 10 bridges. 9, 8. Keep your glutes on or your hamstrings will get very cranky. 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and let's roll that all the way out. Reach the arms above the head and we come all the way up for our roll up. I like having the ball under the feet here so that it adds a little bit of a hamstring stretch. And then you can put the ball to the side and let's just do some full roll-ups here. So we curl down through the tail, arms overhead, and all the way back over. Sort of visually measure where your hands are in relation to your feet so that we are getting that stretch in the hamstrings every time. If you're having trouble coming up through the roll up, it helps to hold light weights, so maybe 2-3 pounds in your hands. It will help you come up. Try not to swing and use momentum. We are trying to articulate through the spine. We're going to do 2 more. One more time. I'm going to hold that forward fold, stretch. Here. Put your hands down in the back of your feet and just gently pull. Stack up. Open your feet towards the edge of the mat. Open the arms out wide to letter T. We're going to rotate 1, 2, 3 times right, middle. 1, 2, 3 times left, middle. 1, 2, 3, center. Trying not to move the legs as we rotate, just mid, upper back. 2, 3. And last time, 1, 2, 3, and middle. Go ahead and find yourselves in this little crouching position at the edge of the mat, keeping the hands on the floor. Go ahead and straighten up the legs. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. And let's round and roll all the way until we're standing. Okay, we're gonna walk, roll down, walk out to a plank, and then walk back up and stand. Head nod. Down we go. All the way to the mat. Once you're down here, we're gonna walk our way to a plank. You can either stay or you can do a push-up. Walk your hands back to your feet. Softening the knees. Roll. 2 more, okay? So down we go. Walk, walk, walk. You can either hold the plank or do the push-up. Soft knees. Round really and stretch the back on the way up. 1 more time. Down we go. And then we walk our hands. We're going to hang in this forward fold here just for a second. Let the crown of the head pull down towards the floor. Grab opposite elbows here. And just sway side to side. Find yourself back in the center. Let the arms dangle down to the floor. And then round all the way up. Go ahead and roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times here. All right, guys, that is it for our 25-minute mat workout today. I hope that your body feels amazing, and I will see you next time.